Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mishra, and on my channel I talk about all things budgeting, personal finance, and I go a little bit into my debt-free journey, the good and the inevitable bad. So today we're going to budget one of my, it's not really a paycheck, each month, because I live in Canada. Each month the government gives money. It's called the Canada Child Benefit, and it's based on how many children you have and your income. And it's just to help, I guess, with the fact that you have kids and you have to raise them and pay for them for stuff. So anyways, so that's what we're gonna budget today. But before we do that, I need your advice. So in my last video, I talked about how I've accumulated some credit card debt. So I will link the video up above, but I am just conflicted. So one of my primary goals is to save money. Now I have this debt. It's about $2,000 that I've accumulated, or I'm doing something a little bit different with how I use my credit card. So now I just have a balance. So I was okay with that, but prior to last month, I hadn't been paying interest. I had been paying my credit card off every month, but that's not the case now. And so I was okay with that, but the whole interest thing really irks me. So now I'm trying to decide between, should I focus on saving my money or should I actually focus on paying down the debt? And so what I had been thinking in my head is that when I get paid next week, I do have a little bit of extra money. And so what I was thinking was I would take maybe $500 from this month and then $500 from next month and put that aside as kind of like a beginner emergency fund of $1,000. And so in doing that, I wouldn't be necessarily paying a lot extra on my credit card. I still would have some money that I would be able to pay it down, but it wouldn't kind of be significant. So the other option is that I can take that $500, put it on my credit card, or I can take the $500 from September, also put it on my credit card. And then that would reduce my balance by half. So then my balance would kind of be around $1,000 instead of $2,000, and I wouldn't pay as much interest in the months coming. So those were kind of my two options. But then I remembered that every month I've been putting $50 into my Wealthsimple investment account. And honestly, I don't have that account for any reason. I just started doing that like a few months ago. So that account right now has about $440 in it. So then my other thought is maybe I'll just this month top that account up to $1,000 so that I at least know that if anything were to happen, I at least have that $1,000 in this account that I never normally look at. And then next month, just take the $500 or whatever I had been planning and put that towards just starting to pay off the debt. So those are kind of my options. Let me know in the comment section what you would do if you were me. I'm just kind of debating, I don't know, like saving, paying off debt. I feel like that's always the debate, like which one is better? Should you do both at the same time? Should you pause one to do the other? But anyway, so you can just let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. And then hopefully I have some feedback before I budget my paycheck that I get next week. Anyway, so let's just get into budgeting this money that we've received in August. So as you can see, the amount that we have today to assign is $933.05. So first I'm going to look at my overspent. If we click on this. So for right now, I'm not going to worry about my overspent on credit card. I know that that is the case. And see subscriptions, it says $272, but it's that because I had put $300 on my credit card and then the subscriptions have come out basically. So that's why this is so high. So I'm just going to focus on covering some of these other ones. So I overspent in miscellaneous. Oh no, okay, here. So I didn't overspend in miscellaneous. So here, same thing. This is the subscriptions, but here I overspent in personal, and I overspent in stuff I forgot to plan for. So we're gonna first do this, and then what we will do is we will take that from groceries. Okay, and then this $10 I overspent in personal. So we will take that from our miscellaneous category. Okay, and so yeah, everything else basically is, and I guess I didn't make this payment or anything, so I'm not gonna cover this right now. I don't think that makes a difference. Anyways, okay, so we've covered those, and then now let's look here. So first, when I get income, I always give. So we're gonna assign here $95. Okay, so why did that give us more to assign? Oh, okay, sorry. I have to add plus 130. I don't know why that did that. Okay, there. Now I have $838. And then from this pay, I take $75 and I put it into my kids' registered education savings plan. At some point, I will increase that, but for right now, as we're trying to, decrease our debt, put savings, I'll just leave that for now. So plus 75. Okay, 763.05. And then I have my cell phone and internet bill, which I had budgeted $275, but it actually only ended up coming up to $180.24, and I'm hoping that it stays like that for the following month. And then I have a 407 bill. So if you're not Canadian, or yeah, I guess it's Canadian, the 407 bill. So it's like a toll road. And so I can't remember where I was, but it was going to take me an additional hour to get home. So I took the toll road. So this, I think I'm going to put under, I don't really have a category for it, but it's like transportation. So it's not really car maintenance. Maybe I'll just put it under, oh, yeah, I think I'll just put it under miscellaneous. So here we'll add 35.38. I don't use this often, so I'm hoping that I don't need to actually add a complete separate category for it. And then I have a utility bill. So when I moved out of my old place and I got my first bill, it was $116, but because I was supposed to have a credit of $130, when I called them, I asked them if I need to pay that or if the credit would cover it. They said, oh, no, don't pay it. But then I got an overdue notice in the mail, and it hadn't been credited yet. And so now I have to wait for everything to close on my old place, which makes sense, but that's not what they told me. So anyways, now I have to pay this amount. So it's plus $116.16. And then hopefully if I have any credit left over, it will be on my next bill. And then, so in doing this, I wasn't anticipating this, and I wasn't anticipating the 407 bill. So I was going to initially budget my whole grocery budget for the rest of the month, but I'm no longer gonna do that because I'm not gonna have as much money. So I have $431. So I just want to take care of my gas for the rest of the month. So fuel. So we will add $60. Luckily, I work 10 minutes from my house, so I don't really use that much gas anymore. And then, so for groceries, I'm going to budget $200. And then when I get paid next week, I'll just budget for the remainder portion of the month. So plus $200, that's basically a week of food. And $171.27. So I thought that I was going to get my nails done tomorrow, but it turns out my appointment's not until next week. So I am still going to put this in the personal category though. And so I'll put $80 plus $80 so that I have that to spend on myself. And then so I have 91.27 left, and I'm basically just going to put this to miscellaneous because I don't have any other bills that are due between now and when I get paid next week. And because it's back to school and all of that stuff, and we have the kids, and my daughter actually my daughter got invited to a birthday party next week, so I will have to buy a gift. So I think I have gifts and holidays here, so I didn't think I was gonna really have too much gifts this month, but I'm just gonna put $30. Now we have 61.27, and I'm just gonna put it into the miscellaneous category. Plus 61.27. So that quick, my main paycheck, like my once a month 9 to 5 paycheck that I get, will be next week. So that's where I will finish off all of these things that say 700 more needed by the 25th, 2,850 needed by the 31st. So all of these should be fully funded by the time I get paid next week. So anyways, that was just our one little paycheck, or not paycheck, but source of income for the month. And I'll see you in the next paycheck. Bye.